Collective, your spirit is so light and free. And it's because you know how to let ish go. Literally. Like, this is you in this illustration. You're the one on the right. Like, you see people all the time, like, holding on to baggage, hanging on to this emotional baggage, physical baggage, the trauma. They have a lot on their shoulders, and you see it weighs them down every single day. And in your head, you're like, wouldn't it be easier if you just left that behind? Like, when you get in conversations with people and you hear their complaints and you hear their pain, like, you don't understand. Like, you do understand, but you want them to just let it go. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what you've learned how to do, collective, and maybe you weren't somebody in the past who knew how to let things go easily. Things used to bother you, right? Weigh you down. Your traumas and your pains literally weighed you down like a weight most of your life. And because you learned how to start to let things go that do not matter, because see, look, you got tired of your life being depressing. You got tired of suffering in silence. You know what I'm saying? And you took a stance. You said, I don't want to feel like this anymore. I'm over this feeling. It doesn't feel good. Why am I holding on to stuff that happened years ago? Right? And you had this awakening and this realization, like, wait a minute. Why am I still holding on to all of this baggage? This stuff happened to me years ago. Why do I still feel sad about it? Why do I feel a way about it? You know what I'm saying? Especially when you see certain people living their lives unbothered, like the ones who did you dirty, you see them, they're not even thinking about you. So that really pissed you off and lit a fire up under your ass, collective, to where you're like, oh, they don't care, so why should I? And you started slowly to learn how to let things go. Things you understood, there are a lot of things that you cannot change. You can't go back in the past and rewrite your life, but you can start fresh and rewrite your future, start anew. This is what you realize, collective. I can't take back what already happened, but what I can do is move accordingly and move differently going forward. And this is what you've done. You started to really sit down and think about those things that you're going through. You started to work on those triggering emotional wounds, because you could have been having a normal day. Like, you could have had a great day, woke up and have a good day, but then something happens in your life, or you might see something, or someone might have said something and it triggered something emotional within you, right? And then now you're sad for the rest of the day. This would be you all the time, collective. But see, you learned how to analyze, okay, when someone or something does that and I'm triggered, you learn to figure out, oh, okay, I'm triggered. So I'm still hurt in this area. So I need to analyze why that's still hurting. This was you all the time, analyzing, right? Because you don't want to hold this heaviness onto you. You got tired of having that heaviness weigh you down. So you started to work through it and heal, right, collective? So now you have no baggage. You let all of that go. You don't take your past with you. You don't take your trauma with you anymore, because you've worked through it and you've healed those parts of you. So now those parts of you no longer weigh you down. And this is why you're light as a feather, okay, collective? Like, you truly have learned to master letting things go that don't affect you and don't bother you and you don't have control over. You only have control over your emotions, your actions, your habits, and your behaviors. And because you know that now, collective, this is why you're able to keep a light heart. This is why you're able to not take life so serious in certain areas. You are flowing freely, and I love that for you. You're also showing other people how to live freely. You're also letting other people know, just through your actions and the way that you live, certain things doesn't matter. Certain things you shouldn't value, and in the grand scheme of things, let it go. So thank you, collective, for your work, because you're showing other people how to do it. And, this is transforming people it's a domino effect that you're creating, collective. You realize the only person you could change is you, and that's what you've been doing. You started with the man in the mirror or the woman in the mirror, and I love it, and I'm here for it. And if this message does resonate with you in any way, let me know down in the comments below. I would definitely love to hear from you. Listen, if this is your first time here on my channel, please consider subscribing. I would love to have you a part of our tribe. It's definitely a vibe over here all the time. We are growing. We are flowing. Thank you guys so much for continuing to support my channel. I love y'all. It's Karkar. I'll talk to you later. Bye.